Hello. This brief video is intended to demonstrate how to select cases using SPSS by observation or by row number, and then to run a one-way ANOVA. And the focus will be on obtaining the ANOVA summary table and the corresponding F ratio and p-value. I've opened up a data set already, and we have two variables, a grouping variable and an exam variable. The grouping variable indicates the section that a student was in, and the exam variable indicates the score that student got on an exam. If we scroll down, we'll notice that there are 105 cases, and I'm going to focus on the first 95 cases. The reason for this is because there's roughly 21 students per class or section, but they're not evenly distributed. So for example, there's not 21 in each class. In fact, the smallest class contained only 19 students. Though it's not particularly important here, I want to demonstrate a balanced ANOVA, and balanced means that there's the same number of individuals in each group. So relatively speaking, what we did is we randomly selected the first 19 students from each section and listed them first. That's why there's 95 students in the first top half. And the remaining students from each section are indicated here in cases 96 through 105. So the first thing to do is to go to Data, Select Cases, and while there's a number of options that can be used to select cases, under the Select portion of this dialog box, I'm going to click the radio button that indicates based on time or case range. Once that's selected, I can click the Range button and indicate that I want to select from case 1 to case 95. I'll click Continue. For the output, I could simply filter the unselected cases, or I could choose the other options. I just want to filter the unselected cases, so I'll click OK. Returning back to the data editor, if I scroll down to cases 95 and beyond, I notice that 95 is still highlighted, but the cases 96 through 105 have been crossed out, so they're no longer going to be included in the analysis. Now to run the one-way ANOVA, I'll go to Analyze, Compare Means, One-Way ANOVA. Here I'll move Group, which indicates my sections, to the Factor portion of the dialog box. I'll select Exam, which indicates the scores for each student, and I'll move that to the dependent variable list. Once I have this, I have another number of options I could choose, but I'm going to leave them at their defaults and click OK. Now in the output viewer, I have the ANOVA summary table, which lists the sum of squares and their sources, the mean square calculations, and the F ratio for this particular sample, and the statistical significance for that F ratio. In another video, I'll demonstrate how to do the same process using R and using Stata. Lastly, I can go back to the Data option. So again, Data, Select Cases. And if I tell it now to use all cases, I can click OK. Now I'm going to go to the Recall Recently Used Dialogues button, and I'll select the one-way ANOVA. Everything's already been pre-populated with everything as it was before, so I can click OK. And this will generate the ANOVA using what we would call the unbalanced design, or using all of the data. And here we notice that the F ratio and the significance are very similar to what they were before. Thank you for listening.